this is what I did wrong. And to be honest, I wish a video like this existed before I applied, because she also told me my uittreksel is not correct, because you don't have to go through this and you can learn from my mistakes. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process of renouncing your citizenship and applying for the OCI, which is the Overseas Citizen of India, if you recently got the Dutch citizenship and you have to now renounce your Indian citizenship. I made a whole video on the process of getting the Dutch citizenship, which you can watch here. And as I mentioned in that video, Netherlands does not allow dual citizenship. So if you get the Dutch citizenship, you have to give up your original nationality. And the only case you can keep your original nationality is if you're married to a Dutch citizen. But this is not valid in the case of an Indian citizen, because India doesn't allow dual citizenship. So you have to automatically give that up if you get a foreign nationality. And to be honest, I wish a video like this existed before I applied, because there are a lot of things that keep changing. And I even had to go twice to the OCI application, because if you make a mistake on your application, you have to make a whole another appointment, apply all over again. And yeah, it takes a bit of time. So I hope this video helps in you applying, not making the same mistakes I did. So both the renunciation and the OCI application process is handled by VFS in the Netherlands. I will leave their website below and you can go check out all the information they have for various consular services they provide. And they also list out the fees, the documents you need, everything. So once you get your Dutch citizenship, I would recommend you immediately go on VFS and make an appointment for renouncing your citizenship. Now, VFS can get very busy and sometimes you don't get an appointment for months. When I looked it up, the first available appointment was like a month later, so I immediately booked that. Once you've booked an appointment, you can collect all the documents that you need, because you need this renunciation certificate to then apply for the OCI. So this is just step one. Once you have an appointment with the VFS, you have to go online and fill up this form with all your details. I will leave a link below to that form, and once you have filled up that form, to then print it out and take that with you to the appointment. Now keep in mind, when you're filling up this form, you'll also have to upload all the documents that are needed. So you have to have a digital version of all the documents. There's also an option to do an online payment for this, but I chose not to do that. I just paid directly at the VFS office during my appointment because I thought that was easier. If you pay online, you have to get proof that you paid online, and I was just scared I'll mess something up there, so I just paid directly with my bank card just at the VFS office. And I paid 125 euros for renouncing the citizenship, but this also included the courier charges for them to send me back the passport and the certificate. I think you can choose an option to pick it up, but I just chose the courier option and it was very fast, and they inform you via text when it's being sent, so I also liked that option. And now this process is a bit more straightforward. So you just fill up the form, you upload your documents, and you take physical copies of all the documents to the appointment as well. And the documents you need for this are the filled up online form, your Dutch passport and a copy of the Dutch passport, your Indian passport, which they will take to cancel it, and a copy of your Indian passport as well. You also need a copy of the naturalization certificate, which is called the bekendmaking, which you got during the ceremony. Signed declaration form, which I will also link below, and a photo. Now, you can take a photo with you, but I was scared that it wouldn't be the right size or something and they would reject it. So I just chose to take a photo there, and they charge you 6 euros for that photo, and it's instantly, they do it there. So I would also just recommend just take the photo there, so to avoid anything going wrong. Depending on your situation, you might need additional documents, so I'll leave a link below to all the documents that they say you need, and you can go check that out. Now, once you have all the documents collected and you've made the appointment, you just go to the VFS office, you give them all the documents, and it is a pretty swift process. The time this process takes for you to get the cancelled passport back and the certificate of renunciation is around 3 months. So I applied on August 29th and I got the form and the cancelled passport back on the 7th of November. So almost 2.5 months. This process is a bit simple because they actually want you to do this. They want you to renounce your citizenship quite quickly. So this was not a problem. But then when I had to apply for the OCI, which I immediately wanted to do in November, I went online to the VFS website and there was just no appointments available. It just said, check back later, there's no appointments available. So it wasn't even that I could just book something months in advance. I just couldn't book anything. So I had to go online and keep checking when an appointment would be available. And then when my friend told me that she got an appointment, I went back online and checked, and then I got an appointment. So I got my certificate back in November, but I could only apply for the OCI in February. The way to book an appointment with the VFS is you have to make an account on their website, and then you have to pick which service you want, and then you have to pick a center. I picked Amsterdam. You can also pick The Hague, but I don't think there's much of a difference. Just pick something that is closer to you. Once you've logged in, you can see the available dates and times. And then once you pick it, your appointment is confirmed. And now we come to applying for the OCI. So how you do that is first you go online and fill up this form. And this is very important because if you make any mistake, you cannot correct it while you're submitting it, and you'll have to make a whole new appointment and come back again. And I made a mistake in there. So let's go through the form together so we have an idea of how to fill up the form. So this is the website you have to go to fill up the form online. I will link it below so you can click on that. And then we're going to click proceed right here. And then you have to just tick the box that you have read the instructions and click accept. And then you'll be redirected to fill in the CAPTCHA, and then you click on fill new application. And then this is quite straightforward. Just pick your country, your mission. In Netherlands, there's only one, your basic information. And then it's really important to click on the 2+ tabs and also fill that in. And you have to fill in your current passport details. So this is your Netherlands passport details. I'm just filling in some random numbers, but that is very important. And this is what I did wrong. You have to fill up the previous passport number here. It doesn't have an asterisk, so I thought it's not mandatory, but you have to fill this in, otherwise they will send you back. So make sure to fill in that information, and then you fill in the applicant's family details here. Now, if you're getting the passport because you had an Indian passport before, you have to pick self under relation with the root Indian. Do not pick anything else, pick self, because I saw somebody else made a mistake here, so I'm just mentioning it here. Then you save and continue, and then you have to fill in your details of your current address, which would be in the Netherlands, so you fill that up. And then we go to the next page. And then we come to an overview of what you filled up so far. So make sure to check this and make sure that this is absolutely accurate. And then we are going to click on submit, but we're not done yet. So now we come to the page where you have to upload the picture and a picture of your signature. So take a picture of your signature on a piece of paper and then resize it based on what is written here. You can easily do this on Canva, which is free, or Photoshop. For the signature, I used 100 pixel height by 300 pixel width. And for the photo, it just has to be a square of 51 millimeters by 51 millimeters. So for this appointment, I took a picture beforehand so I could upload the same picture online. Make sure they are in JPEG format, and once you have it, we are ready to upload. So click yes, I'm ready with the image. And then you come to this page where you can upload the photo and the signature. I just took a random photo from online and I created this on Canva. So it will tell you if it is correct and if it's accepted, and then you can click on upload. You will then automatically be redirected to this, and you can see that this is all correct. So you can upload again, or if it's correct, then just say I have uploaded successfully and click that. And now you've come to a very crucial page, which is uploading the documents. I highly recommend getting this right in the first try, because you can only do this like a few times. And if you don't do that, you have to like fill up the form again. So go through this list. This is not a complete list. I will mention all the documents later. So make sure to also see some documents that might not apply to me and might apply to you. So upload those as well. Like if you got the OCI through marriage, then you have to upload a marriage certificate, which was not my case. So once you have had an overview of what you need to upload, you'll be taken to this page where it's a bunch of questions. For me, it's all no, but please go through them and answer accurately. And then you have to click on these plus signs, and fill in the information of how you got this new nationality, which for me is through naturalization, and the date, which needs to match the bekendmaking. And then you must click plus on the other details and fill in the previous nationality you had, which was India. And then you have to again fill in the passport number. This is also very crucial. You have to fill it either here or in the first page. Better do it on both. And then if you still have relatives in India, you have to say yes or no. And if you say yes, you have to fill in the details. I filled in the details of just my immediate family, and that was it. And after that, when you click submit, you will be taken to the page where you upload the documents. And this is where things can go wrong, so you have to be very careful. And now you can go through the list of documents that you need to apply. So go through the list of the documents that already have a heading, like the current passport, the employment work letter, and upload those. And then for all the documents like the outtreksel and the renunciation letter that don't already have a heading, you can just upload it into any heading. Like I just selected PIO card and uploaded my outtreksel there. It doesn't matter as long as you upload the document. If you don't upload it just because the heading was not there, they're going to send you back. Important to notice, it says re-upload limit is 5 and document view is 3. So if you fiddle with this documents too much, the VFS people cannot open the document anymore and they can't see. So make sure you don't view the documents after uploading more than 1 or 2 times, or better yet, just do it once. So once you've uploaded all your documents, you can submit, and that's it. Now, what happened with me was I got a lot of information online and from people, and the process that my friend went through a month ago was suddenly different the next month because now they needed an employer's letter if you're employed to also be included. So I didn't have that because I didn't have that information. And when I checked online, this brand new requirement was added like a month ago. So the VFS lady actually told me that you could apply by post. You could just include all your documents and post it to The Hague. But I was a bit scared doing that because I was like, what if I make a mistake? At least if you apply at the VFS, somebody's checking all your documents and telling you if something is missing. And if I include everything in a package and send it to The Hague and I've already paid money, then if something goes wrong, I don't get my money back. So I just prefer to book another appointment, which was a month later in March. And then I decided to still apply in person just so everything is checked. So in my case, the documents I needed for the OCI registration was a printout of the online form that I filled up, 4 photographs based on the specification. You need a copy of the foreign passport, which in this case is the Dutch passport. And you need a copy of outtreksel. Now, outtreksel is something you can get at the gemeente by paying 20 euros. Now, there's one thing you really need to note here. When you ask the gemeente for an outtreksel, they'll just print out all your information on a paper, but you need to make sure that your parents' name is on the outtreksel. The first time I went to the gemeente and I asked for an outtreksel, they just ticked a bunch of boxes and they gave me information that I didn't even need on the outtreksel, and it did not have my parents' name on it. So the first time I went to the appointment, which I couldn't do anyway because of other documents missing, she also told me my outtreksel is not correct because it doesn't have my parents' name on it. So when you go to the gemeente and ask for an outtreksel, you need to tell them, please include my birth parent's name on the outtreksel. Another important thing it should contain is your Dutch address. So it needs to contain your Dutch address and your parent's name for this outtreksel to be okay to be submitted. Another thing you need, which is a new addition, is your employer's letter. So if you're employed in the Netherlands, you need to tell your employer to give you a letter stating your job role, your job description, when you started working there. And if you're self-employed, you have to give a copy of your KVK registration. And if you're unemployed, I guess you don't have to do it, but I was employed, so I had to give this letter. And this letter has to be on a company letterhead. And if you're a student, you have to tell your university to give you a letter saying you are a student there on their letterhead as well. Other than that, you need to sign the declaration form and you need a copy of the renunciation certificate that you just received. I will leave a link below to the documents stating all these documents because this is the most crucial step. So I'll leave a link to the PDF that details all the documents that you need. Now, in terms of cost, I paid a total of 276 euros. and you can pay this directly at the VFS office with just your bank card. And this 276 euros also includes the courier charges for them to send me my OCI through post. If you look at the time length they take, you can take anywhere from 1 to 3 months. My application was on March 6th. And I received the OCI on May 3rd in my post box. So it kind of took 2 months, which was pretty average for an OCI application. So that's it. That is the process to renounce your citizenship and get the OCI card. Getting this is actually quite straightforward if you do everything right, but I didn't, and I researched a lot and I still made mistakes. So I thought I would make this video just so you don't have to go through this and you can learn from my mistakes and go through this process way more smoothly. Hope this helps. This was so requested. I got so many comments asking me to make this video, so I hope this helps, and I wish that your process goes very smoothly and you get the OCI really soon. So if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I make a lot of fun content there. And subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye! And today we're going to talk about today I'm going to take you step by step. And today I got an appointment like when I looked it up, I applied on and how you book I actually had to make so the VFS